Hi there. I ain't gonna lie, there's some days I don't want to do yoga. When even the thought of moving is daunting, when everything hurts. And those days, we get to exercise our power of choice. When I was a kid, I was asked to wash the car, and I said, do I have to? And my mom's boyfriend said, no, you don't have to do anything, except be born and die, and you've already done the first part. Everything in between is a choice, and that stuck with me. This is kind of like our car. This is the vehicle that our spirit gets to drive. And this practice of moving mindfully and breathing deeply is like washing the car. And the best way to show our gratitude for what we have is to take good care of it. And it's not something we have to do. It's something we get to do. I hope that you enjoy.
Starting in child's pose, we reach our fingertips forward and we send our hips back, letting the breath fill the rib cage, letting the breath move your spine, and inviting in a quality of surrender. Let's try to feel where your body meets the floor and where the floor meets your body. Connect. Then let's lift the chest a little and walk the arms over towards your left. Feel an opening across the right side of your rib cage. And if you like, you can place your right hand on top of your left. Let's go where it feels good. Let's lift the chest a little and walk the arms over towards the right side. And just release. Feel the opening in the left rib cage. And if you like, left hand on top of right. Notice the way your body breathes and how the breath helps the stretch go even deeper. Then let's walk the hands around towards the center and release your head down towards child's pose again. Feel the curve of your back. Feel the stretch of the sides of the body. Then let's rise, hands and knees. Shoulders over hands, feel your fingers grip the floor. Then lift your chin and lift your tailbone up, opening through the collarbones. Then round your back, pressing your shoulder blades apart. We'll do this a few more times. Lift your chin, then round your back, press into your hands. Lift your chin, feel the movement in your spine. Round your back, draw the abdominals in. Then lift your chin, lift your tailbone, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Round your back, press those shoulder blades apart. Lift your heart. Round your back. Come to a neutral table, and then send your hips back with the shins parallel. This time walk the arms forward, make the hands like a prayer, just to stretch the triceps a little bit more. You can activate the arms and lift your elbows if you like. Notice the breath on the inside. stretching your rib cage, making it dynamic on the inside where it matters. And let's rise. Tuck your toes under and lift your hips, downward facing dog. And check in with your foundation. Spread your fingers, spread your toes. Engage the muscles of the arms and feel how they flatten into the bones. Maybe try to draw the upper arm bones deeper into the shoulder joint. Do the same with the legs. Engage the muscles of the legs and press your thigh bones back. Feel your shins, your calves. Stretch your heels away from your toes. Then let's drop the knees and lift your heart. Then send the hips back like a child's pose with the shins parallel. Rise up, lift your chin. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, down dog. Again, knees down, chin up. And point your toes back, hips go back, stretch the arms. Inhale, rise, lift your chin. Exhale, lift your hips, down dog. Inhale, knees down, lift your chin. Exhale, round your back, child's pose. Inhale, rise, lift your chin. Exhale, press your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Then knees down, chin up, feel the back bend. And round your spine, hips back, child's. Rise. Can you feel your fingertips? Tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Just take a few moments to feel the low belly muscles engage, supporting your low back. Make your breath as deep and as meaningful as you can. Then let's drop our knees down. Lift your chin, hips back like child's. And this time, release your hands down by your sides, palms facing up, rounding the upper back. Again, with that quality of surrendering to the process. Can you feel your breath? Let's rise and find a seat. With the feet together, knees opening up like a book. Lift your heart and begin to gently fold. Feeling your hips on the mat, feeling the stretch in your inner thighs or your low back. And just letting gravity move your chest forward. Then lift your chest, bring your knees together, and with the fingertips just behind you, lift your ankles up for a gentle bow. Engaging your lower abdominals, lift your rib cage, squeeze your shoulders and elbows back. Can you spread your toes and make every part of the body pay attention? Then drop your feet, open your knees wide, lengthen and fold. Every inhale, imagine your spine a little bit longer, and every exhale, release forward, creating space between each vertebrae. You want to feel taller at the end of this practice. Then rise, bring your knees together, Fingers behind you, and lift your ankles for boat. Remember to lift your chest, feeling your abdominals engage. If you like, straighten your legs and squeeze them together. The stronger your core is, the more it can support your lower spine. They work together, just like inhale and exhale. Drop your feet, open your knees, and begin to fold forward. And every inhale lengthening, creating space. Every exhale expanding into that space. If you want to walk the arms further forward, feel free. Let's rise. Send your fingers back, knees together, last boat. Eyes on one point will help you feel more focused. Then lift your heart, strengthen your legs, strengthen your core, and just notice where you quiver, where your body is waking up. Then let's drop the feet and straighten your right leg, bend your left knee out to the left. Lengthen and start to fold forward over your right leg. You'll probably feel this along the hamstring muscle. You might feel it in your low back. Just kind of test the waters. Explore. Feel. Then let's rise. Reach the arms up with an inhale. Then twist towards your left. The right hand gently presses into the knee to facilitate the stretch. Left fingertips can walk behind the body. Can you get taller in your spine and turn ever so slightly more? Then come to center. Place your left foot on the floor, and with the fingertips behind you, lift your chest, pressing into your hands. Lift your hips higher. You can come up onto the left toes if you like. It's a half upside down plank. Very strong for the core and a huge opener for the pectoral muscles. Release the hips down. Let's lengthen the left leg forward and bend your right knee to the right. Lengthen and fold. And just notice where you feel this along the back of the left leg, maybe even in the left calf muscle. Sometimes you'll feel it differently if you shift the body a little from side to side. So explore. Then let's rise, reach the arms up, deep breath in, and twist. Place your left hand towards the right knee and gently press into the arm to deepen your twist. Maybe even press into the fingertips of the right hand to find even more space. Gently come to center. Right knee to the sky, right foot on the floor. Lift your hips, lift your chest for this upside down plank. Notice what muscles you use in your glutes, in your core to lift the hips high, and where you can soften around the chest to make this back bend happen. How does your breath feel? Release and straighten both legs in front of the body. Lengthen and gently fold, flexing the feet up. Every inhale creating more room along your spinal column, and every exhale reaching forward to find more space. Let's rise back up. And then bend both knees, feet on the floor. Lift your hips to an upside down table. Press strong into the inner and outer edges of your feet, into all 10 fingertips. Can you use your core to curl the tailbone beneath you and lift the hips higher? Feel every muscle wide awake and alive. And let's drop the hips back down. Extend your right leg, bend your left knee to the left. Lengthen and fold. We've been here before. So if you want to play, maybe with walking the hands towards the right side, to feel something different, you can. These poses are not static things to achieve. They're places for us to go and explore and discover and elaborate upon. Rise. Reach your arms up, interlace your fingers, and then press your palms towards the sky. Inverting your hands. Stretch the wrists back. Then twist. Right hand to the outside of the left knee. Press down through your hips and lift up through each vertebrae. Let every exhale turn your spine. Then come to center. Left knee up, left foot on the floor. Lift your hips, upside down plank. See if you can really press into the right foot, engage the right leg. Lift your hips higher, open your chest further, work your edges. Release your hips down. Then extend your left leg and bend your right knee to the right. Lengthen and fold over your left leg. And if you like, maybe this time walk your hands a little bit towards the left. There's no wrong way to experience these poses. If something creates freedom in your body, if something feels right, go with that. And if something doesn't, just back off. Make this practice your own. A place where you respect yourself. And let's rise. Lift the arms, interlace your fingers, and invert the palms towards the sky. Stretch your wrists back. Make it a big opening for the chest and arms. Then release. Left hand outside right knee. Find your twist. Pressing down through your hips. Lengthening up. Find all the little accessory muscles along your spine, along the sides of your torso, and get as tall as you can. Make as much room for the breath as you can. And come around to center. Right knee up, right foot on the mat. Hands behind you. Lift your hips and find this upside down plank. Press strong into your left foot. Use your core, use your glutes to lift the hips and open wide through the pectoral muscles. Make your breath as deep and free as you can. And let's release the hips. Lengthen both legs in front. Lengthen your chest and fold. And with every breath, we examine Where can we create more space? Where can we find more openness? Where can we soften around any discomfort that we feel? And send ourselves some compassion. Let's rise and gently find your way onto the back. And just let the spine release into the mat. Adjust your hair if necessary. And lift your right leg to the sky. You can hold on behind the leg, or maybe use a strap around the ball of your foot. Again, entering into the hamstring and getting to know it a little bit better. And let's bend the right knee and maybe hold on just outside the right ankle, drawing the knee towards the mat. If it feels good to rock your hips a little from side to side here, you can. And let's place the right ankle over the left knee and allow the lower body to move towards the left. It's a spinal twist. If you want to feel hip action more, bring the right foot towards the left shoulder. Breathe deeply, fully, don't hold back. Make this a breathing practice. And let's roll over onto the left side. Bend your right knee back and find your foot with your right hand. Feel the stretch across the front of the thigh bone, the quadricep muscle, and engage your belly muscles to tilt the pelvis forward to feel it even more in your psoas. Release and roll over onto your back, feet on the floor, knees to the sky. And we're going to prepare to lift and lower the spine in bridge. Lift your hips, lift your spine up, then lower your spine vertebrae by vertebrae until the hips come down. Inhale, lift your hips, lift your mid back, lift your upper back. Exhale, lower your upper back, your mid back, and your hips. Inhale, lift your hips, mid back, upper back. Exhale, lower your upper back, mid back, and hips. Then let's take the left leg to the sky and hold on just behind the left thigh bone or calf muscle. Relaxing your shoulders into the mat and breathing as fully as you can to relax the muscle fibers. And let's bend the left knee and hold on, maybe around the ankle joint, to draw the knee towards the mat on the left side. If it feels good to rock your body weight from side to side here, you can. Just notice where you can feel it in your hips on both sides. Left ankle over right knee. Let the legs fall towards the right and find your spinal twist. Notice your breath. What sort of message can you send with the way that you breathe to every cell in your being? What does your body need to hear? And roll over onto your right side. We're going to take the left leg back and hold on to the top of the foot for your quadricep stretch. Use your core to tilt the pelvis forward to feel it even more. Maybe drop the left knee down if you have the room. Feel the stretch in the left shoulder. Still breathing fully. Then release and come onto your back, feet on the floor and knees to the sky. Getting ready for a few bridges. Lift the hips, lift your mid-back, lift your upper back. Then lower your upper, middle, and lower spine. Press into your feet, lift your hips, lift your rib cage, really feel. And then try to lower down vertebrae by vertebrae, sacrum touches last. Press into your feet, lift your hips high. And then vertebrae by vertebrae, release back down. Lift your hips, getting to know your abdominals even better. This time we'll stay up, and you can rock your shoulders from side to side. And maybe interlace your fingertips, pressing into your feet. Engage the muscles of the legs and the glutes. See if you can lift the chin to keep the back of the neck feeling nice and light. Can you lift the hips higher? The more we press down, the more we can rise up. Feel that. And slowly lower your spine. Feet together, knees open up like a book. Relax your shoulders. If it feels good to take the arms overhead, you can. Breathe. It's what we need the most of. Now, bring the knees back to the sky, right leg to the ceiling. Hold on behind your leg or use a strap. And just see where you can relax your chest and shoulders. Softening, releasing, opening. How can you express that with the way that you breathe? Then bend your right knee, moving the knee towards the mat on the right side. You can hold on to the right foot on the outer blade or the ankle. Can you enter into it further this time? Then right ankle over left knee. You can move your hips a little bit to the right as you move your legs to the left. Maybe hold on to the top of the foot and draw it closer to the left shoulder. Find the little places that make the poses more interesting for you. And let go and roll over onto the left side. Bend your right knee and find the top of your foot for your quadricep stretch. Engaging the belly muscles to tilt the pelvis forward. Maybe hugging the ankle closer into your hip. And find the places that make this a little bit more challenging than you want to. Don't sell yourself short here. And let it go. And roll over onto your back. Getting ready for a few bridges. Press into your feet. Lift your hips. Lift your rib cage. And then lower your spine down vertebrae by vertebrae. With an inhale, rise up to your bridge, feeling every muscle fiber. With your exhale, lower everything, hips touch last. Inhale, rise up, maybe even slower than you want to. Exhale, release it back down. And then let's rise up and find a bridge pose that will hold for a few breaths. Move your left foot towards the center of your mat and lift your right knee or lift the right leg to the sky. Pressing down through your shoulders, through your foot, it does take a lot of strength to keep lifting your hips, engaging your glutes, engaging your core. Then release the foot, release everything down, and pause. Let's take the left leg high and just hold on behind the left leg, letting the spine relax into the mat and just letting the soft, smooth quality of your breath communicate with the muscle fibers, telling them this is a great place to let go. Then let's bend the left knee a little out to the left, either holding onto your ankle or the outer blade of your foot. Maybe can you dive a little deeper into the stretch this time? Even if it's just by breathing more deeply. And take the left ankle over the right knee. Move the hips a little to the left as the legs move to the right. Find your spinal twist and express it in the best way you know how. And roll over onto your right side. And bend your left knee back to find the top of the foot. And engage your core to tilt the pelvis forward. Maybe bring the heel closer to your hip, or find those little movements that are going to make this light up on the inside for you. Release the leg. Let's roll back over onto the spine. Last set of bridges. So press into your feet, lift your hips, lift your chest, and then gently lower it back down, vertebrae by vertebrae. With your inhale, begin to lift your hips, lift your rib cage. Exhale, lower it back down. Press into your feet, engage the legs, lift your hips, press into your arms and your shoulders, and relax everything back down. Press into your feet and rise up. This time, let's walk the right foot a little into the center and either lift your left knee or your left leg towards the ceiling, pressing strong into your shoulders. pressing strong into the right leg. Feel your glutes and your abdominals really working to keep the hips up. Can you get them a little higher? Can you breathe a little more? Then let this go. Relaxing your spine, relaxing your hips. Let's open the knees wide like a book. And if you'd like to take the arms above the body and just let go, please do. Notice your breath, notice your heartbeat. Bring your knees back in. And for this next section, we're going to move the body over towards a wall for support. So place your feet on the wall with the knees at about 90 degrees. And then take your right ankle, place it over your left. To feel the stretch more, move your hips closer to the wall until you do. And then just relax your arms. Breathe. Release your leg. And let's just move the knees over towards the left side for a spinal twist. If you want, place your left hand on top of your right knee. Just feel where you feel this along the muscles of your torso, along the outside of your right hip. These practices can feel so different from day to day. Let's bring the legs back around to center. Left ankle over right knee. And if sides feel different and you need to move closer to or further away from the wall, adjust yourself. Make it manageable. Let the pose fit your body. Then letting this go, let the knees fall towards the right side. Right hand on top of left knee. And just acknowledge where you feel it. Where the openings are, where your body is talking to you. And just let your body know that you're listening. Come to center, and with the knees bent like you're sitting on an invisible chair, begin to walk the feet wider apart until you feel a stretch across the inner thighs, the adductor muscles. If you want additional weight, you can place your hands on the insides of your knees, but let your spine be as relaxed as possible towards the mat. Let's bring the legs in and walk the feet up the wall for a very gentle inversion. If you'd like to extend the arms above the body, feel free. You might feel very relaxed, but try not to fall asleep here. I did that once. My legs were pins and needles. So let's bend the knees, right ankle over left knee. And if you need more intensity, move your hips a little closer to the wall. Relax your chest. Open your breath. And let's find a spinal twist, releasing the legs towards the left side. And if you have a favorite spinal twist, like wrapping the right leg over the left like eagle, you could take that here. Your breath will tell you. If you can breathe deeply and fully, you are in the right place. And let the legs come back around to center. And we'll take the left ankle over the right knee. And just find the stretch that you want to feel. And if you want more intensity, move closer to the wall. If you want less intensity, move back a little. And begin to find your spinal twist with the knees falling towards the right side. If you have a favorite type of spinal twist, take that one here. And just let go into the experience of body and breath. And let's gently bring the legs back to center. Maybe scoot your hips away from the wall so you have that 90-degree bend in your knees. Then walk the feet as wide as you are comfortable, feeling the stretch in the inner thighs. Maybe placing your hands towards the insides of your knees for additional body weight. When the hips are happy, the lower back is happy. So all of these stretches add up to a gift that keeps on giving. And let's bring the legs back in towards one another and lengthen the legs up the wall. You can move closer to or further away from the wall as you like. And then just relax your chest. Inversions don't have to be headstand or shoulder stand. This one is plenty. And begin to let this go. Rolling over onto your side and finding your way back to a seated position. Crossing your ankles, sitting up tall. Notice the difference in your body versus when we began this practice. Wrap your left arm under your right, either hugging your shoulders or finding eagle pose with the palms towards one another. Breathe deeply to stretch the muscles in your upper back. You can move the wrists forward away from your head, and if it feels good, you can round the back forward. Begin to rise and lift your elbows as high as you can, squeezing the arms together. Then let the arms go and just notice the circulation returning to the arm muscles that we just stretched. Wrap the right arm under your left, either hug your shoulders or lift your hands together like eagle. Squeezing the arms together, moving the wrists forward. The more we open the muscles of the shoulders and arms, the more freely we can breathe into the upper parts of our lungs. And let's rise up, lift your elbows best you can. And let this go. And just noticing where you feel this. And we're preparing the body for a proper meditation. So get comfortable in your seat. If you need to sit on a blanket or a pillow, that is fine. And just begin to let the gravity of your hips sink into your mat. And let the lightness of your spine rise up out of the anchor of your hips. When we breathe here, inhale and stretch your lungs completely. And then exhale and press all the breath out with a strong core. Not passive breaths, but active, full, deep, meaningful breaths. I recommend inhaling and counting to 5 with a little pause at the top, and exhaling, also counting to 5 with a little pause at the bottom. So find your rhythm, find your fullness. Let it be a little challenging. Let yourself really pay attention and focus on the way that your body breathes. Breathing fully, just like any other skill, takes practice. We'll be here about another 10 breaths. Don't hold back. Stretch the lungs at the top of the inhales and strengthen your core at the bottom of your exhales. Imagine that you could help increase your lung volume by doing this sort of practice, which helps your oxygen capacity, which helps your endurance outside of this mat. So now that we've practiced breathing fully, let's add a visualization to it. Imagine a pillar of light from the crown of your head to the base of your spine, right in the center of the body. And as we breathe, just picture that light becoming more condensed, more bright, more luminous. Imagine that that light had a density that you could feel. And just keep reminding yourself to focus on that lightness, that feeling from the crown of your head to the base of your spine and back. And it's just a practice of bringing all of your attention into this little narrow place. All of your focus, all of your energy, all of your attention, so that we feel less scattered and we feel more present. Still breathing fully, but just adding that visualization of a pillar of light inside your body. It is very natural for the mind to start to wander. But just keep bringing it back. Bring your attention back to how that light feels, how that light shines. Does it move? Does it vibrate? It's an exercise in your ability to imagine vividly, so vividly that you feel it. Now that we've established this kind of focus, let's compress it further. Imagine that pillar and start to reduce it down, focusing your awareness until the pillar shortens into a ball, into a sphere. It can happen slowly, almost like you're packing this kind of lightness, this kind of energy into a snowball. Maybe at the center of your chest, wherever you feel like you need it the most. Compress this visualization of light. Bring all of your energy, all of your awareness into this present moment, into this experience of fullness inside of you. Does the light have a temperature? Is it cooling? Is it warming? Does it glow? Does it glitter? What do you want to feel? What do you want to see? How do you want to experience this on the inside? Can you keep your focus here? Can you make it feel important? Like this light had a message for you. that you really needed to hear. It can be without words. Most important things can't even be put into words. So just let yourself feel. And now we are ready for Shavasana. So bring your very relaxed, very meditative self onto your back. Relax your arms, relax your legs, and let your breath happen as effortlessly as you can. Let the breath breathe you. Shavasana. We surrender into corpse pose to remind us that life is short, that one day we all die. And that's just to make our experience of life more vivid, more precious, so that we don't take it for granted, so that we don't waste a single moment. We don't let life pass us by. Stretch your arms and legs, wake the body up, and find your way up to a seat. Take a moment to acknowledge that power of choice that you use every time you decide to come to this mat, every time you choose a deep breath, every time you choose to remember that we don't have to practice, we get to practice. Thanks so much for practicing, for watching, and please take a moment to hit subscribe.